Sorry, y'all, the video froze. I was talking and it froze, but I didn't move anything. I left the stuff here. But again, we was talking about God. If you, this is part two of the video. It's like God just said, I was trying to get you more views, girl. Um, Now you got two parts, okay? So again, we was talking about love, and then we were saying how to people need to walk away from things that they were taught, walk away from religion, and know Him for yourself. Is what He's saying. He's also saying that I am the Knight of Cups, and I don't know if you see more light back there, okay? See this, what his horse is? This light coming in. He's like, hey, I give you all the romance you need. I got what you need. I give you all the love, romance, attention you need. I'll be there with you. I love you, is what he keeps saying. I love you. So he's saying that, like, know me for yourself. Stop getting caught up into what everyone else is doing, these pastors and preachers and priests. He was like, love me. Yeah. Four of Cups in verse came out. He's like, I won't make you bored. You won't. He said, when you know the real me, you won't get bored. He's saying that, like, a lot of times when you go to church, you get bored going to church. You get bored of that same old routine. He said, know me for yourself. You'll never be bored. Ace of Wands here. He's saying, I'm all powerful. And then he's also, this is third eye material. Learn. He's telling you learn and get knowledge. Elevate yourself to your higher potential. This is also not trying to be funny. But if I go closer, let your mind wander. That looks like another piece of anatomy of a woman. And he's saying women. See that? This looks like a organ of a woman. Women need to be on fire. He's saying women will lead this movement. He said, why are women? They're like, he's saying, show me how like women are the most active in churches. How you have this man pastor, and then the women are pushing the powerhouse. He's showing me women are powerful powerhouses. Sorry, y'all. It's like so boom, boom. He's showing me like y'all are powerhouses. Y'all going a million miles an hour for these churches. Raise your children, he said. Raise your children. Look how her eyes are closed. You powerhousing. Look at the net around it. He's like, but your eyes are closed to your children. Raise your children is what he's saying. He's like yelling it to protect your children. He's also saying protect, your aura. Look how like it's a net over it. He's saying stop giving that away. He said every time you have sex with somebody, you have a soul. You see how you get closer? Like over here, it's like a web, and then it's like toxic. Every time you sleep with someone, this is a soul tie. He said this is the portal to your soul. He's talking to women. Y'all, he's saying women are so powerful. He's saying y'all are so powerful. This is the opening to your soul. He said stop. I said I was trying not to cuss because I was talking, channeling this God real, but he said, stop liking everybody. No lie. He said, I'll give you who you need. Amen. Amen. I'll give you, he said, I'll give you who you need. See, look, Ace of Cups. Heart chakra. He said, do some heart chakra work. Center yourself, center your heart, center your desires. What do you want? What can you provide? He said, I am love. Love yourself first. He said, I love you. He said, first of all, get a relationship with me. Know me personally is what he's saying. He said, spend one-on-one time with me personally. I am love. I will provide you the love you need. I guess this person has breasts. This is a female. He's crying for his women out here. He's crying for these women. I can't make this. I just split the deck in half. Y'all see it. I just split the deck in half. I had this in my hand, and I took it, and I split it. Two of Cups said, I am love. And he said, I don't care about your color either. You see that? There's two different colors. He said, I don't care about your color. I don't care. And he said, I don't care. And this is not my opinion. See this? All these rainbows, LGBTQ. He said, I don't care about that either. He said, I made you who you are. You're trying. The Sun card. God is real. Again, if you look at part one, all these lights, look at this light. And I was wondering if this card was going to come. Look at all this light and power. He's like, I'm all powerful. And look, another woman. He's like, women, y'all are powerful. You are all powerful. He's like streaming it. Women, y'all are so powerful. I keep saying he, but I don't even know. It's like he's not a gender. He's like, I'm powerful as hell. He said, he's like, I keep saying he. I'm so sorry. God is saying, I'm powerful as hell. You can't put a man and a female. He's showing me like this light. Like I keep saying, this light, this big source of energy. He's like, he said, he told me just now, you won't understand. All right, I'll take it. And he said, look at the card, light. He said, this is what he's showing me about. This is what God is showing me about God. Because he said, stop calling me him and her. And he said, this is, he said, you don't even get it. He said, human. He's like, almost like the voice in my head is like, you don't get it. Like I'm trying to show you and you don't get it. He said, it's because you're human. It's because you're human. Human has wants. He said, that's all he wants is he wants stuff from me. Give me this, help me this, do this. He said, stop and learn. He is like getting like, stop and learn. That's kind of the energy he's giving. Learn. You're powerful. He's telling me to, you're powerful. He's fussing at me. God is, or his angels, or my ancestors, whoever he has guiding this message. I did pray and everything beforehand to receive a message from God. And my ancestors and archangels and spirit guides. So they do work together for our being. He's saying that even me, he's fussing. I keep saying he. They're fussing at me and saying even you. And I'm touching like right here because they're telling me even you are powerful. And they're telling me you're not doing what you need to do. I'm getting fussed at too. You are powerful, and they're showing me this. Let your power out is what they just told me. Women need to let their power out, and they're fussing at me too. So don't feel like it's just y'all. I get fussed at too. That's awesome. That know that, yeah, he wants y'all, God, angels. They want y'all to learn God for yourself. They're saying stop believing so much on religion. They're showing me Egyptian Empire, Roman Egyptian Empire. So that's when a lot of the confusion started as far as religion goes. They're showing me like, Peter is coming to my head for some reason. That the disciples and stuff, he said disciples and stuff were real. They were very powerful. I'm getting like witchcraft. A lot of people operate in witchcraft, even though they try to tell you that it's evil. In the Bible, they're saying that God is saying I created that. That's a part of me. He's showing me that energy field again of like I'm all energy and power, and that's all magical things are. He's like he said everyone has the ability to put their energies where they wanted to, and that's where the power lies. Again, I'm being shown like the disciples walking in like those Jesus sandals. That's what I call them, those Jesus sandals, and a lot of dirt. But he's showing me the Egyptian Roman Empire, Caesar and pharaohs. He's saying this is when the destruction lied. He said started. He said this is where deception started. He's showing me, he said, not Pharaoh let my people go, Egyptian empire. He said no more Roman Egyptian empire, like when the Romans took over Egypt area. He said that's when a lot of the problems started. He's showing me black people and like African looking black people and like the stereotype. He's showing me stereotypical Egyptian. He said that he said stop arguing about who were the true Egyptian and who was the true Africans. He said they were all together. He showed me black pharaohs. He showed me black strong men with the same Egyptian attire. Women, he said it was different. He said the attire was different. As in, like he said, that the black people, yes, he said, yes, there are black Egyptians because it was Africa. He said it was Africa. That's what he said. It was Africa is what he just said. He said that the sun is what he's telling me. People were dark. The way that people look now over there in like Egypt and Middle Eastern countries, he's showing me some of those people, like he's like that's how we look, and darker. And he's showing me like a pretty, like some of them have some of them still do have this pretty bronze skin. He said that's true. How he put the pictures on there of like Cleopatra and that pretty bronze skin. He said that's true. She was bronze, and he said there were a lot of bronze. He said women were beautiful too. He like women. They're liking women. They favor women. They said not tell men don't trip. Tell the men don't trip. He said, but women are powerful, and they were powerful as hell back then too. He said, they're telling me, they still showing me like the way people look. They're like it was dark people, dark. He said just like Africans now, just like you would see somebody from Kenya or Ethiopia, or he said in Ghana, he said that dark skin, it was just beautiful. He said it's beautiful. Like he keeps saying like it is beautiful. And he said you have bronze, and he showed me these different hues of brown. He said, so I want people to stop fighting over the whole, he said Kemet, ancient Kemet. He said, stop fighting over, you guys were the same people, just different shades. He said, remember people used to trade. It wasn't a boat. He's showing me the big what are those boats called, merchant seaman boats. He said it wasn't that, they didn't have that to just go zoom zoom. He said they didn't have planes. He showed me planes. He said a lot of people took the port boats, like the ships back then. He said we didn't have, he showed me like those cargo ships, we didn't have that. You had a ship or you had a little, he showed me like a little pirogue. He said but we walked. That was our transport. We walked with camels is what he's saying. We walked with candles. So therefore he's saying someone from West Africa had no problem going to Egypt. He said, you know, he's saying, showing me like, or you take the Nile. He's showing me the Nile like an expressway, or you take the Nile like Nile. Sorry, y'all know I'm country. I can't hardly talk. He's saying like you walked or you took the Nile like it was an expressway. He showed me like, I'm from Florida. He showed me like I-95. Like you hop on I-95, you go up to Miami or you go to Atlanta. 75. You know, he showed me like it was an expressway. That's what he's saying. He said, so of course, if I got, he said, somebody from further down in Africa came up to Egypt, you didn't just turn back around and go home the next day. He said, you stayed for a while. He said, some people stay and make babies. And there you go, darker people. He said, then sometimes they will all return back. Now you bring in light and dark. He said, stop fighting over who was who. He said, it was, he said, y'all are my people. What does it matter? He's like, my people. What does it matter? What do you look like? Well, it's my people. He said that I'm getting images, like not trying to be funny, but like because he said it's my people, what does it matter? Then my mind instantly went to, well, why do people enslave people and why do people do that? And he said that I can't say what he said. He told me shut up. Basically, it had to be done, and I can't say what he said because then y'all cause her. He said y'all cause a riot. He said y'all don't believe it anyway. So he said they won't believe it anyway. They'll just cause a riot. He said they just want to complain. He told me this. This card came out earlier. I put it back. He said, be the Queen of Pentacles. Just hush. You know the answers and hush. There you go. I know what I just saw though. So you have to have good and evil. Let's just say that. You have to have good and evil. He said, the whole thing of that we were all created in motherland in Africa, he said it's not true. We are not all genetically African. He said, yes, people did. He's showing me like Adam and Eve. Yeah, they started in the Garden of Eden. He's showing me like people, he said again, people travel. He's showing like the world is so polluted today that he's showing me like countries are shrinking. So that whole thing in geometry, geography, when they showed you the earth, and then it was all like one piece and then it started separating. He said it was never completely one piece. He said, why would I have water only, you know? He said everyone had their body of water surrounding it. But he said it wasn't as far apart as it is today. He said things were closer. He said things were a lot closer. So if you were in Africa and you went to the Asian country, and he said you went to the European, he's showing me Wakanda Forever. And you know how they had their own tribes and division, and they got together, they had to fight over the kingdom. He's saying like you had the people in the snow. He showed me like you had different people, different kingdoms, different places. And so he's like that. He's also showing me what's my guy name? Aang. I know he showed me Aang from Earthbender, Last Airbender. He showed me different kingdoms: the Fire Kingdom, Earth Kingdom, Water. He said there were different kingdoms, and what happens? Like he showed me Airbender. He's saying like, yeah, on Airbender, the Fire Nation took over, and everyone else had to defend it. So he showed me like that situation. Like one group was like, I want it all, basically. Just like on Black Panther, he's saying like that group was dominant, and then the other guy came. What's that fine guy? Dude guy. He said he came for as a challenger. He said the difference is when he lost, he went back to his home peacefully, while he said before, when other people lost, they didn't just go back to their homes and their areas peacefully. They kept plotting. He's saying the way that the other Prince took care of King T'Challa when he was sick and he had to cover in the snow. He's saying they would never have done that. If they would have caught him, they would have just killed him. All right, my bad, y'all. That was my bae calling, so I had to see what was up because he at work and he normally don't call at work. But he was talking about our son who got mad at me because like y'all had like some little, he got his hair like I want to lock it but he won't let me, so he got like little plaits, but he also got like a fade, so he like little plaits, and so I was like, oh, I wonder if it's long enough for me to braid. His hair is so like mine, it's just you know what I'm saying, my hair is way longer than what it looks like, but because shrinkage is real, you see that, like my hair is way longer than what it looks like. But because shrinkage is real, his hair kept bouncing back. So I took it and put it in like a mohawk, 3 little ponytails, a braids, and he was pissed. He was like, that looks like a girl. His daddy was calling me and was like, did you send my son to school like that? No, I did not. I said, well, we're channeling right now. We're talking about, you know, different things. So he hung up that phone. He was like, So he does like re-cleanse the energy. Oh, let me open my window back up. Ugh. Let's re-cleanse the energy in this atmosphere. Cash cow. Dog say roof, roof. I just want to kind of refocus back where we was at. All right, so part 1, we talked about God, heaven, and hell, what was real, what was fake. Part 2, we kind of finished that part up, and we're talking more about like civilizations and stuff. And so I'm gonna do 2 and 3, and we're gonna combine those together. So I'm trying to think of what other questions that people would like to ask. Do you feel? Let's ask. This is towards my angels, gods, ancestors, and God, higher power. Can't start it off yet. We gotta ask a question. Do you feel that magical work is evil? Well, I shouldn't say it that way because some people do. Some people do some bad things, magical wise. Nope, it's a God-given ability. He said, I'm not with people. He said, remember when you do it, what goes up must come down. So if y'all out there practicing, you know, bad things. I also got the star card. He's saying that if you're out here practicing it for bad, you see this. Let me slow down. You got Ace of Pentacles. He's saying that it was a God-given gift. It's a gift that I gave you. Okay. Open hand, like, hey man, here you take it. The wheel card, what goes up must come down. You see also light and darkness. You see right here? It's a light and it's dark. You see the 2 things coming out of her hand? He said you can go light or you can go dark. You see, like, again, darkness at the bottom and then it goes into lightness, right? He's saying that by him doing that, he's saying that lightness will always prevail. Light workers will always prevail. And then you see the dark at the bottom. He said what goes up must go down. So he's saying be careful because this wheel, he said the wheel, it keeps on spinning. He's also showing me, like, you see it's a big wheel right here at the top, and then you go down to another wheel, another wheel, another wheel. He said, man, the wheel turns. So you right now it's upright, then it may reverse, then upright, then reverse. He said, so he's saying, be careful because you may get your wish with the star card. He's saying now if you're using it like see how she's connected to that star, and you know the biggest star is the sun, which is the sun card. He's showing this big light into the universe. You see this universal power. He said it is a way to connect to the universe. He said we're all a part of the universe. Why not connect to it? He's also saying that be careful what you wish for though. This is like a warning in itself. It's like I gave it to you. You know, if you want to use it for good, he said, if you want light workers, he said, I need light workers. He's really saying, like, he's showing me the angels. The angels need light workers. He said, not all ancestors are good ancestors, so therefore you have to be careful doing ancestral work. He's saying that angels, not all angels are good angels. He's saying, so, he said, but my angels, he's saying my angels, like his, he said they need light workers to help. He said, y'all humans are out of control. Y'all humans are out of control. That's what he's like. Y'all humans, y'all humans are out of control. He's like, but this is a way. It is a way to connect. He's saying like, look how big the star. He said, connect to me. He said you can connect to me that way. He said, connect to your higher self. The string is going up, connecting to that star. He said, he said the star is the sun, and I am the sun. Is what he said. Was what the president said. When you wish upon a star, he said, ask me, man. He said, I'm here, man. I'm here for you. And he said, remind people, I'm not just here to give gifts. He said, I'm here for you. Wow. He's showing us right here again. He said, man, I'm not that. He said, I don't have a stick up my butt. I'm not that person. Can I pause it? I can't pause it. I was going to try to pause it, y'all. My bad. And go hush that dog up. But he's like, yeah, I have fun, man. I get it. He's like, you know, you have a parent who's like always trying to tell their teenager something. The teacher's like, you don't know what I'm talking about. And he's like, the parent, little they know the parent could be like, you know, Frank Lucas or something. He's like, I know. He's saying right here, it's nothing new, no new beginnings. He said, it's nothing new underneath the sun. It's all been done before. He said, people have been practicing magic since the beginning. He said, it's nothing new. Nothing new. He said that you will be surprised at how many of your grandmothers and grandfathers are into it. He's also saying with this world reverse, he said it'll be here from the beginning. He said it's there from the beginning of the time, and it'll be there till the end of the world. He said more than the end. He said it'll be there to the end. That's what he's saying, from beginning to end. There you go. Why is this volume on here down? Sorry, y'all. Oopsie. Y'all know I'm new at this. Cash cow. Must be mailman time. It is 11:09. Cash cow. That's enough. Y'all don't. And the dog gotta talk back. I said that's enough. He go roof like he always gotta have the last word. My dog is crazy. All right. Anything else that I let the people know that you want them to know? He said, that's it. You covered it. God is love. He said, I'm all powerful. I am real. He said, there is a heaven. He said, there is a hell. He said, they're not what you think they are. The Bible has been altered. He's showing me the Egyptian empire, like Egyptian Roman Empire time frames. He said, with all the fighting about religious freedom, they continue to change the Bible. He said it has not been changed in hundreds of years, though. He's showing me that too. So I think within like the last 200 years, he's saying it has not been altered because people already had power and control, is what he said. He said with all that fighting, he showed me like the crusades. He said all this fighting was done, and that's when they kept altering things. He said that the original Bible did have more books, so he's telling me like the book of Enoch. He's telling me I need to read the book of Enoch. And he's saying they need to read the book of Enoch. I never read it. I've heard people say like read that book, but I've never heard anyone talk about what it's about. I think it's a movie. Maybe I watched a movie because girl, boy, between school, I can't keep reading and studying. I'm tired. But he's saying the book of Enoch, and he's other books too. It's something Arias, Erias is what I'm seeing. The Arias. I'm seeing the Erias. I don't know what it means. I do know that they are finding like lost books of the Bible, but I don't know any of their names. I haven't read them. But he's saying like, yeah, there's more books to the Bible. He's saying that even when he said he found them way before they told us they found him. So he said, even be careful with publications of that too. He said, just be careful with publications. He's talking about read the book of Enoch. He's saying that around the crusade area is when stuff started getting altered a lot. He said that yes, I did help people write the Bible. You know, he said because just the same way I'm telling with you, I would with them. Oh, he's showing me the higher front in reverse. Remember, upright in regards to religion, this can be like the priest and everything like that. And remember, I said like the Crusade time, and that's around the time where the Roman Catholic Church was like getting big. He's showing me that like the Hierophant in reverse again. Upright, even on most cards, is the priest is on there. Yep, in reverse, he's like the priest. He's like a lot of those priests, and he's showing me like Crusades, Roman Catholic Church. He's showing me the Roman Empire. He said the Roman Empire is the reason that religion went bad. But the priests up in reverse. He said they turned a lot of things upside down. He said Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, Martin Luther, the one who led the Roman Catholic Revolution. He said, yeah, I told him to do that. I gave him that. He said, I helped him. He said, I did not know. He said, I did. He said, not like that. He said, don't say I did not know, because I do know. He said, well, I gave him a choice. He said, because we all have free will, I gave him a choice. It was like with him, I wanted him to help take down the Roman Catholic Church. And he chose to make the Lutheran Church. He was like, the choice was supposed to be to either like demolish religion completely, like as far as like the Roman Catholic Empire, or to like provide a place where people can worship freely. He said he didn't think it was going to become Martin Luther. I shouldn't say, I'm saying he, like, not God. He said Martin Luther didn't know it was going to become, the Protestants, Lutheran, Baptist, Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah. He said he didn't know, Martin Luther didn't know that was going to be the new, everybody like breaking off. He said no. Martin Luther did not know. He thought that, okay, I oppose Roman Catholic Church, and therefore we're going to be Lutherans or Protestants, as they called them back then, and we're going to be free. He said they just setting up another spin, or tell a spin. He's showing that back then, I'm getting like 1800s. It's been a while since I took like geography and world history. But he's saying like 1800 era. He's saying like he said what you know as, catch that T, what you know is like the 1800s, late 1700s. He was like the Roman Catholic Church back then was a lot. He said, I'm not talking about Catholics. He said, I'm not knocking y'all hustle. Do what you want to do. He said it's about free. He said you got free will. He's really much so on that free will. He said that they're saying like it was a lot of corruptness in that. He's like money. And he keeps telling me money. He said that's why I gave you the Ace of Pentacles card. I'm showing you money. He said it was all about money and power. He showed me a lot of bad things that used to happen. He said that the allegations about the Roman Catholic Church and the Catholic Church and those priests and those R and M's words, he said that's nothing new. He said that's nothing new. He said that angers me. He said, stop saying that I don't get angry. Who says that? He said, who says that God don't get angry? He said, I'm an energy source. Of course I have. He said, I don't have emotions like y'all, where y'all are like, oh my God, I'm mad. I'm going to shoot up something or do something bad. He said, no. He said, but vengeance is mine. That's what he said. Vengeance is mine. He said, what really makes me mad, he's like, what grinds my gears and pisses me off is my children. He said, innocent children. He said, that pisses me off. He said, but vengeance is mine. He said, every child who's been harmed will get justice. He said, whether it be on earth or in heaven. Meaning, like, he's saying, like, I'm going to take, don't worry. He said, even those of you who've never spoken out. He was like, even those who never spoken out, or some people, he said, he showed me like Law and Order SVU, where sometimes they have episodes where something happens to a person, it's YouTube, so let's not say that word, and something that happened on SVU, and the lady be like, I didn't see the person, they came up behind me. And he said, even those who don't know their victims, they're, who even those who hurt victims they didn't know, or you didn't know it's not your assaultant person, your assaultee, what does it call it? The assailant. He said, you didn't know you're assailant, because he keeps telling me AS. I'm like, assault, assailant. He said they too will be dealt with. He said that really pisses him off because he said he is the ultimate magician. He is the creator. He said, but people on earth, he said, you're messing with earth, like you're messing with he's showing me sometimes people are injured, or they're or innocence is taken, they turn around and do it again. He said, you're messing up the cycle. You're taking away their innocence. You're messing up the cycle. You're messing up their power. He said, you're messing up their purpose, their destiny. He said, you're messing up the flow, the continuality. So remember, we are having a human experience. We're having a human experience, but we're still spiritual beings. We have a soul, spirit, we have a body, right? He's like, even though on this human plane, on this earthly plane, in a human experience, we still have order progression, and we still have things that need to be done. He said they are messing that stuff up. He says that when they do that, they take away the high, because especially he said kids are innocent for a reason. He said they are very pure, P-U-R-E. You know, I can't speak. He said they're very P-U-R-E. He's saying that they are very kids. He said kids are very connected to universal powers. As he said, they're very connected to astrology. That's why kids like to stargaze. He's saying that's why kids, he said kids do see spirits, especially smaller kids. They may talk to angels. He said they are very protected. So they already have a sense of intuition, and like High Priest Upright is like receiving downloads, intuition. He's saying, so when they mess with he said when they mess with my kids, they mess up their ability to be high priest at that moment. He says not the world card. He says not always that they're gonna lose the ability. He said, but they disrupt. He's saying this magician card, they disrupt that child's high priest energy, receiving the downloads, intuition. He said, but temporarily. And he's also saying that I will make my enemies my footstool with this world card. He said, oh, I'll take care of it. He said, whether it's on earth or in another world. He said, oh, yeah, you can, he said, celebrate now and know that I will take care of it. This Queen of Swords card, Queen of Swords card, she got a sword. She's a protector. She thinks. He said, I do it logically. He said, sometimes y'all humans, y'all get so mad, you just whoosh, whoosh, with the sword. He said, no, I take this energy. I am very logical. He said, I plan it out. He said, I'm going to make sure that justice is served. He said, rejoice now. He's also saying, for those who have been hurt and, taken advantage of, and he said, the ones who've been through trauma, he said, I will take care of you. And you see, like, these girls here, these women here have on, like, gowns, and they're kind of like free. He said, I will take care of you. Come to me. I will take care of you. He said, I never left you. I was there. He's saying that I will get you your judgment. He said, I will get you your judgment. But he's saying that be free with me. I didn't expect for that to go that way. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up because I keep getting phone calls. And yeah. So, any last messages you want for the people? Because you've been on fire. I mean, you are fire. Like, oh, God. Any other messages you want for the people? Ooh. See, again, what we just talked about. He's saying, I will get you justice. He said, vengeance is mine. He said, don't worry. He said, what's done in the dark comes to the light. He said, not only that, even those who think that they may die with secrets. He said, oh, I got it. He said, I got it. Victory is mine. He said, victory is yours. He said, you will be successful. He said, he's talking to those who've been hurt. He says, a lot of people out there, a lot of people who have some really bad lives. And he's saying, oh, either on earth. He said, not only some, he said, some on earth, and some on earth and in the outer realm, and some in the outer realm. He said, I'll get your justice. He said, the song that came in my head, cast your cares to the Lord, he'll work it out. Oh, yeah, Jesus will work it out. Is what this part of my head. He's like, oh, wow, I'm going to get it. Oh, trust me, I got you, is what he's saying. Victory is yours because victory is mine and you are mine. You see a light again, a lot of lights. He's saying victory is yours because victory is mine. I love you. And he said, not like love as in sex and lust. He's saying, no, 10 of Cups love. He said, you are my children. You see that right there? The children? He said, you are my, he doesn't play about his children. You are my children. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap this up. That was powerful. I was not expecting that. And he like, look, that's heartbreak. And you can, I don't know if you can see the light behind it. You see more light. He's like, even in that heartbreak, I am with you. Mm. You can, he said, walk away from your heartbreak. Walk towards me. You see the more lights. See in the back? That's the sun. He's saying, man, walk towards me. I got you. He's, I got you. Wow, powerful. I don't know if I'm on part 3, part 4. Y'all may see some skips in this video. I'm going to try to edit and get everything together. This tried to come towards me. Leave your earthly treasures behind. He's saying not like S word, leave your earthly treasures. He's saying that know that I am God and I am God alone. He said even that alone part, they say I am God alone. I'm not alone, but he's saying that I am the Almighty. Whatever you lost before, whatever you had to leave behind, he's like, I will restore it for you. I'm over here preaching. Look at me, preach, y'all. But he's saying like, leave that, come towards me. He says a new birth, ending in a new beginning. He said not the S word, leaving in a new beginning. He said a new relationship, a new experience. He said a new birth of you learning the truth. Walk away from that religion, is what he's saying. Walk away from what has stabbed you in the back. Leave those things that don't serve you. He said, become free. See, okay, I can't make it become free. Remember we talked about that star? He said, become free. I was going to stop and he told me this right here. A lot of y'all already know what's going on with this moon card. He said a lot of y'all are being deceived by churches and religions and pastors and priests. He said a lot of y'all have a lot of deception. He said, listen to your intuition, listen to your emotions, you know. All right, we're going to end it for real. I'm going to put last one. I'm going to try to do some editing and get all this stuff together. Cash is still Cash in the background. It's what happens when you name your dog Cash with a K. All right, bye, y'all. Oh, and make sure y'all subscribe. This was a lot. So subscribe to the channel. Bye.